Good morning, spoonies and non. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I am running on next to no sleep, but it's Saturday and I'm Southern, so that means I gotta get ready for football. However, first I would like to explain why my second Project Pan video is not up yet. When I filmed it, it was 45 minutes long. So it needs to be edited down. Then my internet went out for 5 days. And then I've been sick, and I'm also dealing with, I don't know if you can see how my skin is peeling really bad. Apparently the products that my dermatologist gave me like chemical burns. So that's fun. I have to be very gentle to my skin and let them heal. So basically what I'm gonna be doing today is to get ready with me, Chatty get ready with me, while I try to, deal with the fact that my skin is falling off and try to make it look halfway decent for, being out and about for hours. To that end, it's gonna need a lot of skincare and a lot of primer. So, a lot of caffeine. Cheers. So, feel free to have a beverage of your choice and get ready with me while I try to deal with this. And I'm gonna have to run off to get one more primer at one point because I got most of my primers except one. There we go. Some of the products I'm using, actually a lot of the products I'm going to use today are going to be Project Pan items, but not all. Come on. And these are Project Pan items from the video that isn't up. I do want to have it up by the end of the weekend, Monday at absolute latest. And I'm planning to do an update around Thanksgiving. I have finished products. My total number of products is 32 in the 19 and 2019. But I have already finished products, so I'm curious how many products you guys think I've finished. Let's see. Let's get the last of the essence out of this sheet mask. That is some good stuff. I'm using this for a while. I don't really have time to do a sheet mask on its own. Come on, I know there's more in there. Yeah, there we go. You're starting to get there. Don't get on my pants, please. There we go. My skin is so rough. I cannot even tell you. Essentially, it's like, I'm from Florida, so I've had some really bad sunburns in my lifetime. I used to do swim team as a kid, and my sister and I would get like one really bad burn a year, and it would be like one of those ones where it takes like 2 weeks to heal and you're peeling for like a week of that, and if somebody touches you, you want to curl up in a hole and die. That's kind of like what's going on with my face. So it does hurt to touch it, but I have to, I have to put stuff on it. So otherwise it's not gonna feel better. I have to exfoliate the dead skin off gently, gently. Let's see. I think that sheet mask is now officially dead, so I do believe I'm gonna put that in an empty thing. I'm gonna try to do an empties video. I'm going to the beach on Thursday for like a week and a half. Should be really awesome. And I'm gonna try to film a lot there so that I have some more content. Although the lighting over here, it's not terrible, it's not great either. I think I could bring that other thing over here and add some more light. I just was having so much trouble with that light stand because it couldn't hold my phone, and I had to rig everything to support my phone, even though it had a phone holder. It's a whole mess. Ugh. So, not looking forward to dealing with that. Oh, I forgot this. It's out of order, but I'm gonna throw it on there anyway because I need the moisture. I really need the moisture. Some of these products burn lately. And that's just my autoimmune disease reacting to things that got very upset when my skin started to get upset, and now things that I don't react to, I'm reacting to. They're actually very gentle products. It doesn't make sense. But that's autoimmune for you. It doesn't make sense. Part of why I was having trouble, like being able to do filming, the internet went out, I was busy, but I also had a really bad fatigue flare. I have chronic fatigue syndrome, or, oh God, let me see if I can say this right. Myalgic encephalitis. Chronic fatigue syndrome is kind of an outdated term. Everything okay out there? There's people screaming outside my apartment. But basically, one of the big issues is you have exertion intolerance. So like, sometimes, for me, it kind of varies the level of activity I need to do to hit the fatigue. But once I hit it, I can be in bed for, days. I had one really bad flare where I was in bed for about a year, which caused me to lose a lot of muscle tone and gain a lot of weight, which was not fun. It is what it is. There is no cure, and there's a lot of there's a lot of people selling fake cures and fake treatments that don't actually do anything, and you'll get people who are like, but I swear to you, lavender will cure you. And celery water isn't either, because the medical medium is a fraud. That is apparently a controversial opinion, but I'm going to leave that in. I'm not going to add that out. That's my opinion, though, I will say that. However, you can read up on it. There are other people who believe the same thing. Belief doesn't come out of nowhere. Okay, we're almost done with skincare. We're gonna do 2 moisturizers. This is the Drunk Elephant Protini polypeptide cream that we got for our Sephora birthday gift, or as an option for it. I think the other was like Kat Von D or something. I don't support Kat Von D, so Drunk Elephant it was, especially because it was a chance to try something so expensive. So that was awesome. That's my nighttime moisturizer, but since my skin is in such bad shape, like as I'm rubbing on my skincare, my skin is just like flaking off down here. It's gross. So now my daytime moisturizer, which is actually a bit thicker, and I think more hydrating, which is why it's my daytime moisturizer, because I feel like it helps keep my oils at bay. I am an oily skin girl, mostly on my forehead and my nose area, right around here, and a bit on my chin, but my forehead eats foundations. You know, you can put on some of those foundations that are supposed to, sorry, I don't have a clip, this is bugging me, that are supposed to fibro fog. I give up, it'll come to me. Okay, that is just about everything. Now, this crap, it smells like crap. But I apply. Got some of it in my mouth, it tastes like crap too. Oh God, it stinks. However, this does not stink. This smells wonderful. And is almost gone. However, I am savoring that product. Okay, so that means I need to go grab the primers, which you see over there. I'm going to prime the heck out of my skin today. I like to layer primers. So I'll be right back. My kettle is not working and I need some more caffeine. not work. Did something blow? No? I just got me a faulty kettle. My kettle just died. My electric kettle is gone. I want to go back to treating tea badly and making it in the microwave because I don't have a stovetop kettle. My hair is really bothering me. I have trichotillomania, so we're gonna keep it in place with my glasses. Alrighty, so the primers that I grabbed are the Seraphine Botanicals Camellia and Strobe Luminizing Primer, which is hydrating, but it also has some shimmer in it. And then one of my absolute favorite gripping primers and smoothing primers, the Illamasqua Hydro Veil, I believe. Let's see, Hydro Veil, yeah. And this stuff is magic, and I just got a full size of it for $12. Thank you, Ipsy Add-ons. That is all I have to say about that. But we're gonna start off with some other primers. Oh yeah, and I also grabbed the Yensa Color and Face Tone Up Primer in Essential Glow. I also really like this primer. I like their BB and CC cream too. It's actually really nice, light coverage. However, it's a bit light for me right now because I do have a tiny bit of a tan, which is difficult to tell in this lighting. So, I have a purse that I sneakily filled with makeup so that I could take it to different doctor's appointments. And we're literally gonna put on like 5 or 6 primers. I'm not even kidding. There are some people that layer like setting powders and setting sprays and do all the baking and stuff, and that's never looked particularly good on me. So I'm not doing that. Alrighty, I do believe we have all of our primers, and then we're gonna have 2 foundation options depending on how my skin looks. I may try the Naked Skin foundation today, or the new Naked foundation by Urban Decay. I think it's Naked Skin. I don't know. Or if I can find it, the last remnants of my very poorly matching foundation, which I'm not really seeing. So I guess that settles it then. Do you believe it does? Cool. I didn't want to use that stuff. Okay. Fun fact, this is like a gorgeous little bullet lipstick, or huge bullet lipstick. It has like a magnetic closure, the detailing of the stars on there is really nice, and then you slide it up and it's this gorgeous like garnet deep cranberry kind of color. Like it looks like it's gonna almost perfectly match my shirt. What color is it when you apply it to the lips? Hot pink. I do not like pink, so I'm very disappointed in that. Forget about Ipsy review. Okay, my skin already feels much smoother with all of that skincare on, but we're gonna really kick it up a notch. So we're gonna start with the No Problem Priming Water, and we're gonna work our way up through the primers. So I haven't really had the chance to play with this a ton because I've been panning primers. I do like to layer primers, obviously, but I do also sometimes like to play with them on their own just to see what they can do. This seems to be kind of settling nicely, although it is very lightly burning my skin, even though I know that when I'm not having issues with my skin, this is very gentle. Just, I got chemical burns from acne medication for sensitive skin. That's just how my face is, and we just have to go with it. So now we're doing the Chatty watermelon whatever primer. I don't like this stuff. It smells nice, and that's about all positive I can say about it. It's a little bit greasy, and I'm not a huge fan, but it's almost gone. So, and then I can put our primer in a project pan, because this is in my project pan, and I got way too much, and do I care? No, because I hate this stuff, and I want it to go quickly, but I did not intend to get this much. Okay, so that's more. I'm starting to not really be able to feel how rough my skin is, which is good, because we don't want that getting caught when I do finally powder. Don't want that getting caught on anything. So, it's sticky. And not like the good, like tacky, this is gonna sticky, but like greasy sticky. Nah, feels gross. Feels silicone-y, even though I don't think this primer is silicone-y at all. It's just greasy. It's just a little. Don't waste your money on the Chatty watermelon primer stuff. It's not good. It's not good. And now we have another primer I am panning, which is the Unicorn Glow Hydrating Primer, which I thought I didn't like, but the more I use it, the more I like it. It's almost gone. But you know, if Ipsy decides to send me a full size of this stuff, I'm not gonna complain. It's thick and it's a bit grippy. It almost feels silicone-y, but it's not. It's just thick. And I do not believe this has silicone in it. I think it might have hyaluronic acid in there somewhere. We have so many layers on our skin, or I have so many layers on my skin, but I can't feel most of the rough patches. I can feel this bump. But that's about it. I can't even feel this one. That one's bigger. That's exciting. I can feel this one a little bit. That one's a little more raised. Okay. More primer. I'm not kidding. Let's see. I think I'm not gonna do the strobe primer because that one is slightly skin irritating, despite the fact that the ingredients really shouldn't irritate my skin. So I think it's an autoimmune thing that my autoimmune is just like, I don't like that. Which it does that sometimes for like no good reason. But I am gonna use the LMS Hydro Veil, which just sets down that kind of greasy feeling that my face had from all of the crap that I piled on it. Stuff is amazing. And load up the forehead because that is where foundation breaks down the quickest on me. I feel like I'm wearing a sleeping mask at this point. Like one of those really thick hyaluronic acid sleeping masks on top of like a whole Korean skincare routine, which I kind of do have a whole Korean skincare routine, so you know. I think Touch and Soul is a Korean brand. I may be wrong about that, so don't quote me on that. Last primer, we're going to use the Yensa Color and Face Tone Up Primer Essential Glow. And the reason we're going to use this is it's going to get rid of some of the redness on my face. Because I don't like it. It's not like a miracle worker, but it does help, especially if I'm wearing light coverage foundation. I don't know if you can even tell on camera, but it does very subtly take down the color and kind of uniform my face a little bit. I don't know how much you can see that. It's less red now. But I'm wearing a red shirt, which, you know, because I am wearing a red shirt, I'm going to wear a red jacket because I'm supporting the Seminoles today. I'm very big into college football. And it is, it's the game for bowl eligibility. You know, it's a big deal. We didn't make a bowl last year. Alrighty. So, the foundation is going to be the Naked, I think, Skin. We're gonna go with that because my phone is what I'm filming on, so I can't look it up and check, but it is actually in my undertone of pink, which is really nice. A lot of foundations that I'm sent are yellow toned, you know, like in Ipsy bags and stuff. I only get Ipsy bags, I don't get any other makeup subscriptions, and yes, I do everything with my fingers. I do not even own a beauty blender, and I don't like the way that brushes look on my skin. They always turn out streaky, and there it goes. There goes my skin. It was so well covered. I should have just patted this on. Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We're gonna try to pat to cover that. This is kind of my answer to the beauty blender. And I'm gonna do that on the other side too. And I don't do concealer highlighting either. I have never found a concealer that doesn't make my under eyes look crepey, so I just don't do it. Yeah, let's get the nose covered a little more because it is very red. I can still see the redness coming through on camera, but it's better in person, I promise. And yeah, the dry skin is just kind of a thing, I guess. I tried. I really did. Definitely cannot be said that I didn't try. Anyway, that all actually looks really good though. I'm gonna bring it down my neck just a little bit. I haven't actually worn my shade match in this before. I wore another shade in this neutral shade, because when I'm pale, I'm neutral. But when I have some color, I'm pink. Who knew? Definitely not me. So, let's see. Let us set that all. And am I gonna ruin this by setting it with a neutral powder that might be kinder to my cheeks? Gosh darn it, I don't like these decisions, and I don't like that my eyes are peeling. I have this Chatty Extraordinary translucent powder, which is fine, but I do think it emphasizes texture more, so I do think I am going to ruin the whole color match situation, because I have enough in here to try and wear it again once my skin has cleared up a bit. So instead, we're going to wear this powder foundation on top that I really need to repress, but I'm not going to because I'm stubborn. And I don't have any rubbing alcohol to do that. I need to repress a bunch of eyeshadows. And like, honestly, that's more of a priority than this. So like, I can still get at the product. So it's not a huge deal to me to do all of this. And I meant to cream contour before I did this. Oh well, I don't think my skin is really up for that anyway, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, now I'm neutral when I was pink and matching. And you can really tell that this is not my undertone. But it emphasizes the dry skin just a little less. So I'm gonna stick with it. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, let's use this. This is the GG Gorgeous bronzing duo. I actually really like this. Swirl my brush in both of them. Wish it were a little pinker myself, but I don't mind that it's a little cool tone. Not a ton cool tone, but I guess kind of neutral, which a lot of them are warmer. So if anybody has any recommendations for a cool toned bronzing and contouring product, that would be awesome. However, I am a little broke and I know exactly what I'm getting in the Christmas sales. I'll probably, Christmas and Black Friday, I'll probably do a video talking about that, what I'm planning to get in the sales. Like, I know Black Friday, I'm actually going to be in a town that has a Lush. Where I live, we don't have one, and I have a couple of products that are holy grails from Lush Skincare and their hair care. Oh god, one of their shampoo bars is like everything I need in life, but getting it delivered from Canada, yeah. Extra money on top of all of the products. So instead, since I'm going to be in the town with the Lush, I'm just going to go there on Boxing Day, get that taken care of. So that's a very mild bronze look compared to what I've been doing, but I like the way it looks. And let's see, I'm not going to use the blush that I'm panning because it disappears off my face in an hour to 2 hours. So instead, I am going to use this which, oh, it's by the same brand as the primer I didn't use, which I do like this primer. It just burns my skin a tiny bit when it's sensitive. So Seraphine Botanicals, the Happy Hibiscus blush palette. It's 99% natural and it's for all skin tones, which I agree. There are some shades in here I can't wear. However, I can actually pull off this blush if I use the light hand, which I have a duo fiber brush. Really helps. This one might be a bit light for me. I might try mixing them today. This highlight or blush topper, I don't know, is really pretty. This one I might depot and give to my friend who has darker skin than I do, because it's just a giant eyeshadow for me, and it's beautiful. But let's see what happens. Ooh, if I mix these two blushes. Sorry, I need the mirror. I have a mirror right here. My dry skin is all coming up. There we go. Yeah, my skin looks awful, but I tried my best. It's actually a really pretty combo. I kind of dig that. That looks nice, natural. The dark blush on its own can be a bit dark on me if I accidentally put on too much. If I put on a small amount and just kind of blend it out really well, I think it looks really pretty. But anyway, so that's that. And then I have an idea I think I'm gonna try. Let's see. I really like this blush also. When I swatched it for the first time, I had it on for a while and then I went to the bathroom and washed my hands and the swatches were still on. So this blush is actually pretty long lasting and I dig it. Okay, so now we have this Pamela's eyeshadow shade that I just haven't been using because I really don't like it, and it's this pink shade here called Game Day. Sorry, there we go, that one. And I don't like it at all, but I'm thinking about using it as a blush topper. So, you know, let's try that, because it's not very shimmery. Let's see what it looks like. All buffed out. So it looks like that, all buffed out. Yeah, I'm gonna try it, because I can't think of any other goddamn way to use this stuff, because I don't like the shade. I just don't. Yeah, okay, that'll work. That'll be how I use that. Just a light little, yeah, make this blush look like a Milani blush. Okay, I can dig it. May have put on too much, and if that is the case, then I'm just going to powder over it when I'm putting on the finishing touches to leave. It's like I forgot to sharpen my brow pencil, so that's a finishing touch. Let's see, what's next? Highlight. And I think I'm gonna do the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow highlight. Yes, this is the same brush. I kind of brushed it off a bit. I was using a darker highlight because my skin is darker right now, but because it's winter now, it just looked kind of off to have a golden highlight. So I'm going back to a more icy pink highlight, which currently, well, that shade is pretty icy on me. And I highlight in kind of weird places because I am very, very short. I am 4'10", so how the light hits me when people talk to me is a little different because I tilt my head up, so it catches my nose here and here rather than like specifically on the point, which I do highlight, you know, the point as well, but I don't do just like a little dot. I kind of think that looks a little unnatural. So, and then the light hits me high on my forehead. And we'll chinny chin chin. A little Cupid's bow. Should I be using a different, smaller brush for this? Yes. Am I too lazy to do that? Also, yes. I'm tired. And I just want to get my makeup on, and I haven't even done my eyeshadow yet. But I've got about 10 minutes left to finish that up. So, yeah, let's see. Okay. We have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Light Sand. I hate this stuff. It is the crepiest concealer I have ever seen in my life. I'm just trying to use it up as a primer because, like, do you see how on my lids it's almost white? So I figure it'll make a decent eyeshadow base when I use eyeshadows that play well with a dimethicone base and whatever. So I put that on before I do my brows because it needs to kind of dry a bit. And what was the other thing I was gonna do? Two things. One, moisturize the lips. This is the Revlon Kiss Lip Balm in Juicy Peach. It smells amazing. I like this stuff. I think just by the makeup, Haley got me onto that stuff, and I love it. And it has SPF, which, living in Florida, a lip balm that has SPF and doesn't taste like sunscreen is amazing. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil and sharpen it, and I will be right back to finish my eyes and be done with everything. I even got my clip, which is exciting. So I can stop using that and let's dry that a bit. If you would like to see what my hair actually looks like stylistically, that's my cut. I usually keep the top up because otherwise I'm gonna sit here and do this and this and this and all freaking day long. Don't stand up. Don't stand up. Less clips. There we go. So much better. Okay. So, what is it? Yes. This. I have kind of weak hands, so I generally have to wrap the pencil in something to help me grip it while I sharpen it. And it's getting hard to sharpen. It's also in my project pan, my 19 in 2019, which I swear I'm gonna have up. I'm gonna try to have this up by the end of the day, and the next video, the one that I recorded on Halloween, I am going to try to have up, you know, like tomorrow or Monday, depending on how editing goes, because I don't know how to do that. Sorry, I'm gonna do my brows where I have the mirror. Actually, we're gonna, ooh, gonna get the 10 times zoom. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm not gonna say that I'm the best at doing my brows. I don't like the overly dramatic brows. I just want them to be able to stand up to my eyeshadow looks, you know? And not get like drowned in powder so that you can't see them anymore. So, and like basically just kind of fill in the gaps that my eyeshadows, that my eyebrows have. And that's that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say my brows are amazing, but I did have a drag queen compliment me on the shade that I use. So, you know, I feel like that must be worth something. I mixed this taupe shade with another brow product that I'm panning, which is almost gone. And it's a like light brown color, so it matches my hair more than my brows. My hair can be a little warm tone because I get the blonde highlights, which are sometimes ashy blonde, sometimes just golden blonde, and my hair is sometimes an ashy brown or sometimes a golden brown, and there's a little bit of purple in there, and I'm not kidding, there is purple in my hair naturally. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but here's the benefit. Gimme Brow Plus sample. The pencil that I just used was by Neutrogena. Affordability is a big part of my makeup, which is why a lot of my makeup comes from Ipsy. I wanted to be able to try a lot of things without spending quite as much, and also, you know, be introduced to things that I had no clue how to use, you know. Okay, here we go. Brows, they look big today, but you know, we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna roll with it. And now I pat this out. Yes, once again, I do everything with my fingers except my eyeshadow. I do actually use brushes there sometimes. Actually, I do have an eyeshadow routine where I don't use any brushes, but I need to repress some eyeshadow shades in that palette. It's my Disney Villains palette, which is honestly like my favorite palette in my collection, aside from one of the ones I'm about to use. So first, we're gonna use one that is in my Those eyeshadows, which is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions. I actually came up with a look using this palette where I used every shade in the palette, and if you guys would be interested in seeing that, comment below, let me know, because I would love to do it. While I'm at Thanksgiving vacation, I'm not gonna promise it goes up immediately because obviously I can't right now. I'm working on it, I promise. And it's holiday season, so you know, after Thanksgiving it's prepping for my sister's wedding, and then I will be away in Arizona for that. So yeah, try to film some in Arizona as well, but I don't know if I'm gonna be taking my computer with me, and I don't know if I'm gonna take all my Project Pan stuff, so my finale is probably going to be after I get back, and then I'll start a new project. Okay, so now we have a bit of a peachy skin tone thing from that shade in the Huda palette. And that's what we're gonna do with that so far. I'm gonna come back to that in just a second. But now we go to one of my other favorite palettes, which is the Nomad Berlin Underground eyeshadow palette. And I studied German for about 9 weeks when I was in 4th grade. Possibly. Yeah, 3rd or 4th grade. 3rd grade. But that was a long time ago and I haven't practiced it since. So instead I'm just going to show you the shade. I'm going to go in with this red shade here. And I'm going to take that in my crease. And it is a shade that I kind of have to build up to get the pigment I want. But it is just a really pretty, gentle red shade. I can build it up if I want, or I can do just kind of a wash of red if I want. But it's the closest shade I own to garnet, and I am doing a garnet and gold eye look, spoiler alert, for football. Everybody has their kind of paranoia thing, their like rituals if you're really into football. And like, you know, we kind of joke about how you make offerings to the football gods by like letting games that you cared about, you know, letting them go and being like, okay, I'll let this team that I wanted to win lose so that this team that I like more will win their game. It's a whole thing. Not saying that we necessarily believe in the football gods, but it's like superstition, paranoia, like the whole, you know, when you're really into something. Was that hollow? That's hollow. band there is hollow. That's really cool. Christine would love it. Someone call Christine. Okay, I think that's about good. So now I'm going to go into Helden, which is this yellow gold shade here. Can you just admire how beautiful this palette is? I would also love to do a palette bingo with this palette, if anybody would like to see that, because there are so many shades in here that I haven't gotten the chance to play with that I'm fascinated by. This is a beautiful palette. But I'm kind of focusing on my pan those eyeshadows. I do have a really good dip in one of my eyeshadows. And I have a dip in my Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. Surprisingly. It's not a big dip, but I have a dip. And I'm proud of that. And I have actually learned to get along with that palette somewhat, which is shocking to me because I haven't really liked Huda's formulas in the past. But anyway, there's that. Nearly done. We're going to take a little bit of this brown that I'm panning, take it in the outer V to deepen up the look. And when I say a little bit, I do mean a little bit. This is a very kind of sheer and patchy color. It does need to be built up. Unless you really dig in there, then you can get a lot of pigment kind of all at once and potentially shock yourself by having too much. Okay, pretty satisfied with that. So now the other eye. And my mom is probably wondering about me, so I need to super finish. With the last couple things. I'm gonna choose that. Wrong back. Ugh. I'm gonna take, I guess, a brow brush. We're going to dig into the dip I have in this shade, and we are going to shadow line my top lid. Try to make it so that you can see what I'm doing. So just a shadow liner, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom lash line. It's going to be easier to see on the other eye, but I always start with this eye. And I'm going to take that all the way along the bottom today because I messed up with where I wanted to stop. So we're just going to roll with it. Shadow liner. Not happy with the pigment on that. That one was patchy. Like I said, these shades can be patchy to mattes. And I find you do really have to kind of build them up, which can be annoying, but also useful if you're project painting, I guess. The eyeshadow, so that's the eyeshadow look. Now I'm gonna throw on some mascara, and then I'll try to show this to you in a better light and say adieu and edit this. Laters. So this is the Punk Volume Mascara by Duce, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce that. It may be a CL, it may be a D. Fancy fonts, but it's the Punk Volume Mascara. Can't remember if I said that. And I do actually like this mascara, but it does need to be layered because otherwise you'll end up with it all under your eyes in like an hour and you'll look like a raccoon. And I already have enough issues with my dry skin on my makeup to not do that. So to layer with that, I am using my Pin-Up Tease mascara by NYX, this guy, which is on its last legs, but is waterproof. So it'll kind of set and hold the Punk Volume mascara. Oops, I got that all over my eyeshadow. I'll fix that later. Let me fix that. And let me fix that. Okay, so this is something I added to my project pan after I did the video. I meant to add it before, but I forgot. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Cucumber Primer Water. So it's almost gone. Yeah, it's almost gone. The key is kind of figuring out, there we go, where the product is. So that's that. I really have to go because I'm running late. And my lip is also when I'm panning. So there's that. Bite Beauty Chai. Alrighty. I'm running late, but that is the makeup, and I just got it all on the underside of my eye. Oh my god, I have to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna go fix that, and I will see you guys.